Source. Welcome to my channel, The Divine Light Healing. Ever felt like your past is still controlling your present? Someone hurt you, betrayed you, abandoned you. Maybe you were rejected, bullied, neglected, misunderstood, or made to feel like you weren't even enough. And even though years may have passed, a part of you is still living inside that experience. You may find yourself thinking, why does this always happen to me? Or why can't I move forward? Why do I keep attracting the same kind of people? But today I want you to hear something deeply important. What happened to you maybe was just a part of your story, but it does not always have to become your own or your sole identity. You are not your trauma or your wound, and you are not powerless. Your pain is extremely real. Let's begin with something important. Breaking free from victim consciousness does not mean pretending that you weren't hurt. It doesn't mean saying everything happens for a reason when you're still grieving. It doesn't mean forgiving someone before you're ready. And it certainly doesn't mean blaming yourself for something or something someone else have done to you. Your pain deserves acknowledgement. Your experiences deserve compassion. If someone harmed you, their actions are hurtful. But there comes a point in healing where we can gently ask, is the event still happening, or am I still living inside the story of the event? Because sometimes the danger has passed, but the mind continues to replay it. The body remains on alert. The subconscious mind continues expecting the same outcome, and slowly the experience becomes an identity. What happens when a wound becomes your identity? Listen to the difference between these statements. I was rejected and I am unlovable. Someone betrayed me and nobody can ever be trusted. I experienced failure and I am a failure. Did you hear the difference? The first statement describes something has happened, a circumstance or a situation, and the second turns the experience into a definition of the self. And this is where subconscious patterns can become powerful. The mind learns through repetitions. If you repeatedly tell yourself, people always leave, you may begin looking for evidence that people always leave. If you repeatedly tell yourself, I have no power, you must stop noticing the choices that are actually available or valuable. If you repeatedly tell yourself, nothing ever works for me, you may unconsciously approach new opportunities expecting disappointment. This does not mean you caused your suffering. It means your mind can learn patterns from what you have experienced, and learned patterns can be changed. The first step becomes the observer. The first step isn't changing your thoughts, it is noticing them, it is acknowledging them. The next time you hear someone thinking, or the next time you hear yourself thinking, nobody understands me, pause. Don't argue with yourself, don't judge yourself, just observe. Ask, where did I learn this belief? Is this true in every situation? What evidence do I have that something different is possible? This is the beginning of conscious awareness. You are no longer completely inside the thought. You're observing the thought, and there is powerful difference between them. There's a difference between I am powerless and I am noticing that I feel powerless right now. The second statement creates space, and inside the space, choice becomes possible. Reclaiming your power. Now ask yourself one question. What is within my control? Not what can I control about them. Not how can I make them understand. When will they apologize? But ask yourself, what can you choose today? You can choose your boundaries. You can choose whether you respond or react. You can choose who gets access to your life. You can choose whether you continue repeating a pattern. And you can choose to ask for help. You can choose to learn, to rest, and to begin again. Taking responsibility for your future is not the same as taking blame for your past actions. Remember, you are not responsible for everything that happened to you, but you can gradually become responsible for how you care for yourself moving forward. Reprogramming the subconscious mind. With my previous experience in subconscious mind programming sessions as a past life regression therapist who has witnessed a lot of sessions, I can confirm, if you want to change an old subconscious pattern, don't simply repeat positive words. Create new experiences. If your old belief is I can't trust myself, make one small decision and honor it. If your old belief is my needs don't matter, practice expressing one healthy need. If your old belief is I always abandon myself for others, practice saying one respectful no. If your old belief is I can't do anything alone, take one small independent action. Every time you behave differently, you give your mind new information. New nervous synapses. You're teaching yourself I can choose, I can protect myself, I can learn, and I can change. And this is where healing becomes more than an affirmation. It becomes an entire different experience. So stop abandoning yourself, spending years waiting for someone else to give us the closure we need. But closure doesn't always arrive as an apology. Sometimes it arrives or it begins when you stop asking someone else to validate what you already know you experienced. You can say, I know how it affected me and I don't need to keep reopening the wound to prove that it hurt. And perhaps more importantly, stop abandoning yourself to keep other people comfortable. You don't have to shrink yourself to belong. You don't have to constantly prove that you're worthy. Your healing includes learning to become a safe place for yourself. So, for a new identity, you can close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. And repeat, I am not my past, I am not my trauma, I am not my wounds. What happened to me does not define my entire identity. I give myself permission to grow beyond old patterns. I choose conscious responses over automatic reactions. I choose boundaries, self-respect, and healing. And I choose my next chapter. Your past may explain some of your patterns, but it doesn't have to write the rest of your stories. You're not your trauma, you're the person who is learning how to heal beyond it. And perhaps your next chapter begins with that simple decision. Listening beautiful souls, अगर आपके साथ ये मैसेज रेजोनेट किया है, so please like, subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support helps this message reach to those who may need it the most, right? And अगर आपको कोई भी सेशन चाहिए regarding Reiki healing, energetic healing, aura readings, past life regression therapy, कोई भी special guidance sessions, you can contact me with the number provided in the description box. And stay tuned for more spiritual guidance and healing sessions, guided meditations.